Hello, this is Bloodhound 9001, and today I'm going to be taking you through how to beat the Mars Core Master level on Ultra Nightmare difficulty easily with speedrun tricks and skips and the like. I'll be going through and explaining everything as we go through the level. I won't be covering every little bit of the level, but I'll cover stuff that I think can help make certain parts easier, especially the major skip parts. Before you actually do the level, I would recommend you go to a level like Sentinel Prime to refill all of your ammo except for Crucible. If you defeat any boss, which includes phase 1 or 2 of the Gladiator, you will refill all of your ammo, and then you can go somewhere else and get Crucible charges, and then when you hit a reload checkpoint or a checkpoint state, then you can go to exit to main menu, and then when you do a master level, it will use your armor, health, and ammo from the last checkpoint of that save file. So this encounter with the Cybermancubi is probably the first difficult encounter, but it's not that bad. If you do a frag or remote det and then Blood Punch SSG shot, you should be able to kill these guys pretty easily. And there's enough Blood Punch pickups to take them out pretty easily. In this hallway, there's going to be 2 Archviles. One spawns behind you. I would recommend using a Crucible on this one. Then the second one will spawn on the other side of the hallway after these 2 carcasses die. So just use a Blood Punch and you can get your Blood Punch back for free off of these carcasses. For this Archvile, I would recommend an Ice Bomb and 2 Lock-on Bursts. If you're not fast enough, a shield from this carcass might get in the way, so just be wary of that. It's not too terrible, just something to be aware of. And then once you finish those, just make sure you kill this fodder to continue to the next part. For this part with the cue balls, you can obviously use the cue balls to kill the enemies, but I personally like to use 2 full charge D-Blades. That assures that if the Revenants are hiding in the back like this, you can kill them, no worries. In this part, after you kill the 3 Mancubi and 2 soldiers, you're going to want to charge a D-Blade and jump into this little hall. Shooting the D-Blade will almost kill the Dread Knight and will finish the Spectre Pinkies, and if you do a frag with the Dread Knight, you'll also kill him. Once you go grab this yellow keycard, you can kill the Tyrant as normal, but if you also don't want to, you can use a Crucible instead. It doesn't really matter because there's a surplus of heavy or special weapon ammo in this level, so to be honest, it's your choice what you want to do. Make sure to pick up a Crucible charge here if you have used one previously. And in here, you can easily just kill this Hell Knight either with a triple chainsaw or just 2 SSGs and a precision bolt shot. And then I would recommend using another Crucible on this Baron just because it's just an annoying fight. For this next fight, we have 2 BFGs to use. I'll explain why later. You can use them whenever you want to, but these early parts are kind of easy. You have a lot of Blood Punch ammo and just general resources at your disposal. So I'll skip to after the Cacodemon spawn, which is when I would recommend you use BFGs. I would recommend having Dazed and Confused equipped. Just in general, it helps you get through these levels easily, but in particular you can sticky 5 Cacodemons and then glory kill each of them without worrying about one of them getting out of that glory kill state. Once the buff totem spawns, that's when the Tyrants and Pain Elementals spawn. I would recommend you BFG each of the Tyrants. The impact damage does a lot more than the tendril damage to Tyrants, and the tendrils will kill everything else in the area. So these 2 BFGs will just clear that particular wave really easily. And once you finish that, you're going to want to make sure that you have full Ballista ammo. So with full Ballista ammo, you're going to want to come to this spot and do what's known as a pause boost. You charge Arbalest, jump and shoot, and then pause the game. And then when you swap mods, you don't have to hold left click anymore. You will repeatedly shoot more ballistas in a very small time frame out of the menu. I do an Arbalest and then 4 more shots to jump over an invisible wall. I then do 2 dashes to get to the dash cooldown and then another dash. Then I jump down and double jump and do another set of pause boosts, this time using all but one of my shots. and then I finish it off with my 2 dashes to get to this spot, which is after you would get the BFG in normal gameplay. From here I turn around, and with my last shot I jump, and then double jump and boost back. You don't need to pull out shield, but it helps you not take damage, and from here you death warp to this arena, skipping the bridge and the stuff inside, like the Purple Pit, Buff Totem, Cyber Mancubus fight. After you do that skip, this fight is relatively simple. The waves aren't really that hard anyway, but also this BFG infinitely respawns. So if you want to, you can farm this Cacodemon by repeatedly sticking his mouth and wait for the BFGs to keep picking up. And from there, you just use the BFGs to clear the waves as needed. All of the waves are pretty easy, except for the last one with 2 Tyrants and a Doom Hunter, but even that one, if you double Blood Punch the sled for the Doom Hunter, you can then use the 2 BFGs on the Tyrants to basically kill them. Once they're all dead, you can spend as much time as you want here farming some armor and some BFG ammo. I would recommend that you farm the BFG ammo at least, because then you'll have 2 more shots to use for the next arena that we'll be doing. For these enemies here, I would just recommend deblading every wave of them except for the Arachnotron that you'll see me just do 2 SSGs and a PB4. I'll just let this footage play itself out, it's kind of self-explanatory.
The Slayer, the savior of humanity. You think BFG 10,000 is fired.
For this fight, you're going to want to clear fodder until some Revenants spawn. It might take a little while, but they eventually do. From there, you have to kill the Revenants, and then some Prowlers, and eventually you'll find a Baron spawns in this corner. And I would recommend you use your 2 Crucibles on this Baron, and then the Baron in the opposite corner that spawns. Eventually, after you kill enough things, a Marauder spawns, and once you kill this Marauder, a second Marauder spawns. For these Marauders, I would recommend you wait for the Heavies to spawn with them, and then stun the Marauder and use one of your BFGs on this one, and then your second BFG is used for the other Marauder. This assures a quick kill on the Marauder and stuns and kills all the other Heavies, so you won't really need to actually deal with this kind of annoying part. You can use this BFG wherever else you would like to, because honestly, we have enough BFG for the whole level, so if you would rather use it earlier in this part or somewhere else, feel free to. It's just that after this fight, we're going to get 2 more BFG shots. Once you take the teleporter, you want to just kind of rush through this area. I would recommend maybe pulling out Chain Gun Shield here and at least freeze this Mancubus. Then you can SSG jump and go for the Buff Totem. And then you can follow my pathing here until the fight with the multiple Arachnotrons.
Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing.
For this next arena, we're going to want to make sure that we pick up the BFG in here, but also, even though we're about to skip this arena, you want to make sure to kill all but one Arachnotron, because spawn limits are a thing for this level, so we want to make sure that things are as clean as possible, and that things can spawn, or else the end of the level might soft lock because things just can't spawn, and then we can't finish the fight. Once you have the BFG and you've killed all but one Arachnotron, you're going to want to get to this place I am at and try to bring any enemy over. It's easy to do with an Ice Bomb, and make sure you just use Energy Shield so you don't take damage. And you're going to want to jump, dash, and then do what's called a Yeet Hook, which is you hook and hold Weapon Wheel at the same time to gain extra speed. And then when you swap weapons by letting go of Weapon Wheel, you'll fling yourself past this arena. You can also do it without the actual yeet part, but that just gives you more speed. And then once you skip it, you can go to where I am now, pick up the BFG ammo, and just do this fight however you see fit. Once we're inside, I would recommend going to the end of this part inside where we're eventually going to be going, and then you can charge D-blades and shoot down this hallway, and you can usually cleave 3 to 4 of the heavies. From there, I would recommend using lock-on burst if you need to, a frag or an ice bomb to keep them off of you, and when the whiplashes spawn, you can stick to doing 2 charge D-blades, as that will put them into a glory kill state. Make sure to chainsaw as you need, and then once the pinkies and the carcass spawns, you can just push them, blood punch them, do whatever. Honestly, if you stay in the spot that I'm at, you can easily take out all of the enemies that would normally give you trouble here. This part isn't really hard per se, but I just want to show this easy way to do this part off anyway. If you stand where I'm standing here, you can charge 3 or even single charge D-blades and take out the enemies here. And if you do a flame belch here and there, you'll basically never die because there will be a huge pool of armor for you to use if you take a little bit of damage. So just do a single charge D-blade left, swap, swap, single D-blade right, swap, swap, and you should be able to clear this arena with no problems. You should be going into this final arena with at least 2 BFGs, maybe 1. What you want to do is you want to go to the end here, go onto this little arc thing, and then you're going to do a dash boost, and you're going to do a pause boost at the same time. This will give you enough height, even if you're not great at pause boosts or dash boosts, to get over this invisible wall, and you can fall down to the other side. This will spawn the cyber demons at the other end, which if you have 3 BFGs, you can do 1 BFG to clear all of the cyber mancubi, and then you have 1 BFG per tyrant in the end, which should be enough to kill both of them. And if not, you'll probably be able to kill them with 1 or 2 SSG shots. And from there, that is the end of the Mars Core Master level. I hope these tricks were easy to understand and help you to complete this Master level. And if you like, I'll be doing more content like this in the future. So, have fun, and I will see you next time.